Y'all, welcome to Blaze Grounds. This is a gaming and commentary channel. If you guys want to sub, please go ahead. This is our first video, so we'd love the support. Today's video is about Sabrina Carpenter and the controversy that has been riddling this bitch for a week now. Sabrina Carpenter has been famous since I could remember. Well, at least until Good Luck Charlie and That's So Raven went away. Girl Meets World came out with a blonde girl who was unknown. Now she's a star. I would even say as famous as Ariana Grande, climbing up to the status of Taylor Swift. A year after Sabrina ended small roles in Law and Order SUV and moved on to Girl Meets World, she started making music. 2015, her first album was released. Of course, this was eyes wide open. I can't fucking lie, dude. I always had this shit playing on my Kindle with songs like Seamless and Darling I'm a Mess. If y'all know, y'all fucking know. These ukulele back teen bobs were good, but were never in the spotlight compared to Zendaya's Replay or Problems by Ariana Grande. Her music was nice, but soft. Boring for teens and above, but children who watch Bubble Guppies would remember it for the rest of their lives. The reason we bring up Sabrina in this video is because of the controversy swarming Sabrina's new album, Man's Best Friend, which dropped onto her Instagram page a little more than a week ago now. Don't get me wrong, I love Sabrina. I follow her, watch every single YouTube short with her face. I mean, I'm gay, and this girl is fucking stunning. Long legs, blue eyes, and honey blonde hair. I let her drag me into hell if it meant she had to put her hands on my feet and take me. That's besides the point, though. Sabrina is majestic, gorgeous, basically perfect. Okay, I get it. You guys didn't come for a Gooner content, but that's actually the problem Sabrina has been facing. After appearing in Tall Girl, probably 3 other movies, and releasing her hit Thumbs, everyone almost forgot her until emails I can't send. The internet was going crazy after glazing Olivia Rodrigo's driver's license, which was the sad white girl anthem of the year, and found the lyrics to be calling out a certain older blonde woman who apparently took Olivia's man. Well, not took him. More like the guy was an asshole and liked blondes better, but everyone still decided to hate Sabrina after this. Suddenly, she was getting attention that she hadn't before. People started to find gems like Sue Me on her most recent albums, and a response was expected because people were literally calling her a man-eater. Then, she came back and released All Because I Liked a Boy. Sabrina seized the moment, whether publicity or for herself, but her addressing the situation turned iconic, with the video itself taking on a more professional look inspired by a circus in the 40s. After this vintage look became popular, Sabrina made it her whole thing. Songs became more man-eating focused with sexual innuendos she couldn't have done before in her 5-album contract with Disney. Along with this song, Feather would also come out echoing the same message, but in a more violent tone. Sabrina's videography played a huge role into her fame, as she made herself an aesthetic to be wanted. Short and Sweet was a love letter to her fans, showing them her abilities when she has no restrictions, as this was her first independent album with an actual record company. The album, of course, did amazing, with 2 Grammys to show for her dramatic re-entrance into the pop sphere. Things were looking up. Sabrina was on a high no one could come down from. But lately, people say that she has taken things too far. Her new album, Man's Best Friend, has only 1 song released so far, Manchild. Although the song has the same tone and cadence as Sabrina usually has, for me, it's kind of ass. Personally, please don't fucking attack me. I swear to God, I'm not ready for that shit. But I don't know, it low-key sounds like ass. TikTok bopping song, so I don't know if you'll enjoy it. If you like that type of shit, then it's cool or whatever. But whatever, the song Manchild came out and it was okay. And she released her album cover. We saw it on her Instagram, of course. And of course, Sabrina was on the floor, sitting on her knees and hands, sitting like a fucking dog. And the album was called Man's Best Friend. Obviously, people are going to be mad because she's literally calling women bitches. Now, why would you say that I think that? Of course, because she literally called it a man's best friend. And then she did have kind of a dog silhouette in the cover, and the dog is a female. You know what a female dog is? Yeah, that's a bitch, bro. So I don't know what she's trying to convey, but it does come off a little bit crazy. People are basically saying that this shit is weird, and I kind of agree, but I also don't know why she's gone to this route. Everything she's done hasn't been tame, but has been vintage. but it's been modernized. It's never been about actual themes that took place in the 50s or anything that actually took place back then. Everything has a modern tone with a vintage look. Now she's kind of just doing a reverse thing where she's introducing vintage ideologies that she wants to talk about, which is a weird turn of events because she's never done this before. Along with the album cover with a picture of a golden retriever, more of a close-up of his collar or her collar saying man's best friend. And we kind of don't have any clue what this album entails other than the first song, Man Child, which was kind of ass. But it still had this message of fuck men and everything, so maybe the album will be about that. And that's what fans are hoping for. They really want her to kind of make up for it. I want her to make up for it because this is very confusing. Especially when her vinyl case came out for the album and it was her laying on a bed with an older man on the opposite side. People have said this could be traced from the movie Lolita in 1965. It could be traced by that, or other people have been saying it's inspired by Marilyn Monroe and many glamour shots that she would take. This is complicated because I don't know the message she wants to portray. Maybe that's the whole point. Maybe she wants us to want an explanation, but I just feel like for the time that we're going through right now, I feel like it's better to just explain yourself outright than just leave people in the dark. Because now people are going to be against her no matter what she releases, you know? She's a good artist and she has a lot of talent. I really hope the best for her. But the situation is really weird. And there are also clips of her in Mexico on her tour where she says at the end of her Nonsense song, which is usually where she does this cute little thing and just rhymes words together. Basically, she said, I'm full grown, but I look like a niña. Come put something big in this casita.
I'm full grown, but I look like a niña. Come put something big in my casita. Mexico, I think you are both.
You know, basically, I don't fucking know, dude. It's like, I could try to explain it another fucking way, but it just gets to a point where there's just a lot of shit, you know? So, I don't know. Me, personally, I think she might have sold herself, but I really fucking hope not, because I really fucking enjoy Sabrina Carpenter. We're just gonna have to see. The album has been a complete fuck to everybody that has been supporting her, since she has a bunch of young fans that she could be kind of telling them that this is all right to get with older guys. It's a little bit scary, especially with the poses that she did. Being submissive could be harmful to younger kids watching her content. Sabrina has stressed that her content and tours are 18 plus, but it is very clear that nobody gives a shit, and in reality, kids are still watching her, especially since she's a Disney star. Her fame is going to come with a lot of kids, and she should be careful of how she markets things. I feel like it could have been fine, but she just needed to explain it, or have another song that went with the album title. Anyways, all in all, I think Sabrina isn't a pedophile. I don't think she's a weird person. I think that shit that people are trying to say is ridiculous. But I do think that she could have gone about this in a better way, especially with the political climate happening right now, where men are literally receding back into their ways and kind of honing into the fact that they can kind of just say whatever the fuck they want now, since, you know what happened earlier this year. So it's a little bit scary, I think, that she is promoting it and saying, hey, you know, maybe I said it this way, maybe I said it that way, I don't really know, you can kind of just decipher what it means, but basically I'm posing up with an older man. You know, I just feel like that's not the message you want to send to your fans. Younger, older, I don't give a fuck. It's just weird, dude. But anyway, this is the video, and this is where I'm gonna wrap it up. Leave it in the comments if you guys did listen to Eyes Wide Open, like the album and shit, or Evolution, or any fucking one of those albums, because dude, I love her albums. Like, that's the thing. I've been loving this girl since I was a kid. But it just gets to a point where there's like a lot of stuff that I can't defend. Like, I did buy her Fortnite skin. Y'all see it right now on the screen. I literally bought that shit. Dude, I support her. Okay, it's not like I'm jealous of her or anything, because I know a lot of people on TikTok are saying, oh, if you hate on Sabrina Carpenter, that just means that you want to look like her and be famous like her. And alright, bro, whatever. Yeah, that'd be fucking fantastic. But it's really just a matter of what messages are you spreading, you know? And I feel like she's way too good to be doing that. For me personally, I always felt like Sabrina Carpenter was authentic, and I just want her to stay that way. So whenever she makes these moves, it makes me scared that she's going into kind of this corporate machine that all the other singers have done. And I don't want her to be like that, but at the same time, she is a Disney star, so it's harder to keep her away from those types of things. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see where her career goes, what she takes priority in, and if she cares about her fans, which I hope is clear within this next album. Thank you guys. I'm out.